Alright, welcome to another edition of you hit the button on the camera. Shit. Yeah. Alright, some sort of something happening somewhere, I imagine. What the fuck and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, kind of a dismal week. But aren't they all? It's all relative in that sense. So, is there much to talk about? I don't know. It's, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, not really. Interacting with people is just such a pointless exercise. So I should just make my documentary videos and leave it at that. This is how reality is. You can like it or you can lump it and such. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, it does just make you think it's got to be a better strategy. So I have to work on that. Alright, so getting to the players, so to speak. I did notice Jesus Freak made a video shooting, actually now going to the target range where they actually have an outline of a human being and he shoots it for Jesus. Yeah, with his gun that he bought with the nice generous donations of fools and suckers. And still nobody else pointing a finger at all. Just really amazing. No scrutiny. At least by anybody making videos. And it's Jesus Freak. I mean, they won't even take on Jesus Freak. Amazing. Anyway, Fake Sagan. No videos of recently. I made some, I don't know, video about how wonderful it was to be an extra in not Hollywood or wherever the hell he was. You know, Texas. I don't know. So, but yeah, apparently he was trying to get a job truck driving, and I'm sure that'll work out well for him. I can just imagine Fake Sagan at the truck stops, you know, with a bunch of grumpy people. That'll work out, sure. But anyway, no, good luck and such. Yeah. Eesh. So, yeah, the good news is no videos, so that's great. So, I don't know whether it's maybe his phone broke. Anyway, then Brett Keane, just endless videos about all kinds of, you know, his drama with every person on Earth, and I couldn't bother watching any of that stuff. The only thing relevant to me is his, you know, he's got this whole idea that atheists somehow are much worse people than Christians, and by some sort of standards. I don't know exactly what those standards would be. The only thing I used to give Christians credit for is, you know, they weren't slobs and they didn't belch in your face. You know, but Brett Keane doesn't consider those good Christian values. So, yeah. There's not much to say there. And so most of my time was wasted on the Puro. Always a waste. And these arguments about physics, but they also come down to just arguments about philosophy or politics, or all of our arguments have the same dysfunctionality in them. You know, in that he just always he argues as if other people should somehow change their opinion, yet he will never change one of his, and that's kind of silly. And when you reach a point where you say, well, look, this is unresolvable, our conflict in terms of these subjects, and he doesn't accept that either. So he won't change, and he won't accept that conversation is pointless if both parties aren't going to change. You know, that at least from my side, there's an issue that, you know, if you don't have an answer for it, or you don't have if you won't concede, then there's just no conversation. Like subjects like lensing, maybe in physics, where he'll keep claiming it's absolutely proven when the evidence is just as weak could be. And you know, those are just those are disagreements that shouldn't exist, in my opinion. So if they do exist, there's no point in talking with somebody who's that cement-headed. Yeah, in my opinion. And then there's the obvious thing that if somebody's proposing some kind of new explanation for something and you're going to debunk it, you don't debunk it by just regurgitating what you believe. It's like if a Christian's going to debunk evolution, they can't do it by just keep talking about what Jesus said. That's not going to change the fact that there's a theory of evolution, and Piro can't figure that out. So it does make it intractable and pointless. And so we're back to, I've run out of players in a way. Half the day's just unacceptable, really. I mean, just making endless videos pointing out how there's no logical or reasonable way to acknowledge the existence of consciousness and the substantive import of sensation. These aren't things that exist in the real universe, in his opinion. They can't be acknowledged as real events. They're just electrons and neutrons and protons and nothing to see here. And so, it's a non-starter. It's idiotic. If there was an intelligence in the universe and it couldn't acknowledge the difference between the important difference between, a flashlight and a bunny rabbit, then you wouldn't call it an intelligence. Yes, the flashlight has electricity and has all kinds of interesting parts, but no reason to believe it feels anything. Lots of reason to know the rabbit does. And, there's just, sorry. You're not going to convince me that the smart thing to do is not to pay attention to incredibly powerful mechanisms that you are yourself experiencing. Here you are experiencing it, and you're telling an intelligence, yes, it's okay to completely ignore the fact that I have experience. So anyway, I've been over this already. This is an insane argument. He won't let it go, so it just makes him brain dead. And yeah, I just have to not pay attention to the idiots. And yeah, so it does leave you fewer options. And such, but I'll have to work that out. Like I said, I really don't. I mean, theoretically, I don't need somebody to argue with, because I could just do their argument for them, and I could probably do it better than them. So I'll just have to get back into the old Two in Mendham style videos or something, and that may be a solution. So I don't think there's anything Christmas newsy at all. Yeah. Really not in the mood this year. Just not a good year. Yes, just nothing good happening, generally speaking. And so yeah, I don't have too much nice to say about anything, and I don't like anybody much, and so yeah, it's all kind of bleak. See what's on sale at eBay. See if there's something to buy. Make me feel better. Something for 48 cents or so. Ah, there's something. 10 cents. Yeah, I think I'll go for that maybe later. No, it's tomorrow. No, it's not even tomorrow. It's the day after tomorrow. Shit. Yeah, well, guess I'm out of luck. Yeah, so that's about all there is for now, and then I guess I'll add something to this video, hopefully. But yeah, it's not much, it's just kind of dismal week, and not much to report that anybody reasonable could give a shit about anyway, unless you want to watch insanely long videos that don't have much content in them. Yeah, you think that's fun? There's lots of good things happen this week. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I did see a couple of drunken peasants, and it is kind of funny. They had a couple of really terrible episodes, and these last episodes apparently weren't terrible, but I sure as hell couldn't figure out what people were watching them for. I mean, one of them, they're talking to some nutty woman who has all kinds of wacky ideas, you know, about, I don't know, the Catholic Church or something. I don't know what the hell. I couldn't even pay it. I just couldn't find a way to care. You know, like, what the hell are they talking about this shit for? Just a waste of time. Yeah, it's horrible. Anyway, but, you know, whatever, different strokes and whatever. So, till later. And such. Well, instantaneously for you, as I have previously explained. Stagecoach. That's a great old movie. Yeah. John Wayne's big coming out movie, in the sense that he made a bunch of B movies, and this was like the first movie that was really great movie. But anyway, so till later and such. Has some adult themes in it and such. Anyway, till next time. No, soon. Yeah, that's the one. Soon. Really not depressed. I'm just evacuated of capacity to think anything's interesting. Okay, sorry. Alright, finishing up. Yeah, I don't really have anything. Nothing. I mean, it's, I'm just sitting here kind of like surprised. Like, what do you mean, Gary? You don't have anything to say? And he's like, no, I don't really have anything to say. Doesn't happen too often that there's just nothing to say. I mean, of course, you know, I could say, you know, life is silly and stupid, and chasing moronic survival, treading water. Ugh. Yuck. Or, you know, I could say, you know, just all the little mechanical things, you know, just about the structure of civilization and the fact that, you know, all the things we need to be doing, like the global warming stuff and infrastructure and the rich man, poor man problem and robots and technology and, you know, not dealing with any of that stuff. Nanotechnology. You know, yeah, that's a subject. What else? Yeah, so, you know, I could, like, argue the two things, like the pragmatic subjects that are people should be more socially interested in, and they're kind of going backwards, like the whole Trump syndrome. Like, you're gonna get a simple man with simple answers are gonna fix the problem, and you know, and then there's the you know, the more fundamental philosophical questions of psychology and you know, just having this moronic you know, maximize my potential by keeping a positive mental attitude, so you can just keep, you know, doing this Sisyphus thing of pushing stupid boulders that'll just roll over somebody anyway. You know, you push them halfway up the hill and then you give up and it rolls over you and then squishes a few people more on the way down, kind of a thing. You know, our lives don't add up when you think of what's compromised to maintain them. I mean, just for fun, yesterday I bought something from China for 22 cents. And I'm sure it'll get here, a little package. You know. You know, doesn't make any sense. So anyway, so that's the, you know, the way of things. I don't know if it was exactly 22 cents. I did actually see something for 11 cents, and I had the courage not to bid. So I was kind of proud of that. Yeah, I think the lowest I got is 47 cents. Oh, 32 cents. Sorry. Okay, 32 cents. 32 cents. Yeah. It's just what is it? How does this make any sense? How could it possibly make sense to send whatever PayPal takes out of 32 cents to China and some guy is going to stuff something in an envelope, seal it, put an address on it, and process it, and then somehow it's going to get delivered to me, that parcel. I mean, I can't send, you know, put a stamp on an envelope, and it's going to cost me 40, what is it? I know they changed it, 45, 48, whatever, 47 cents. So it's going to cost more than the postage on an envelope, and it's going to come from China. And somehow there isn't some kind of rig or bullshit going on here. You know, what's, how does that work? How come I can't send anything? Like if I go to the post office and try to send this pen to somebody, it's going to cost me $3 at least. And some guy in China, though, can somehow send me this pen and make money for 32 cents. There's something wrong with the world. Pretty much. But anyway, that's, you know, the way of things. So, yeah, I did send for this diffraction grading stuff, you know, to do some physics experiments, but it's coming from Israel, so it's a little slow getting here. So I'm hoping it'll make it eventually. Yeah. So yeah, that's the big, you know. Sorry, I really am just void of interest in much of anything. You know, just having a thing. It all seems so tedious and hard work, and it's for what? For the silliest things. I mean, you gotta, you know, you spend weeks arguing with people about just simple shit like torture sucks. Yeah, too challenging a concept. Oh, fuck. But anyway, I'm sure I'll endeavor to persevere, or I'll drop dead. One of those things will happen. And, you know, I'll try to, yeah, I'll try to die with my boots on or something. Nothing else. It's just my boots. Yeah, it's the way to go. So anyway, I guess that's it. So, I hope your was, you know, tolerable holiday thing, yeah, and such, and so forth, and whatnot. And, sorry, I'd like to be funny or something, but I just don't have it in me at the moment. Yeah, so I think that's it. I'll go take some vitamins and see if that fixes it. Yeah, till next time. Yeah. And such.